Hey there, it's my machete. We're going to take a little walk around and talk about forestry management. I've got a lot of dead wood laying around on the ground, branches and stuff, and you know, this time of year a lot of plants grow up, so you can't walk through anywhere. There's places you can't walk through anyway. That's okay. We want habitat. But there's some spots where I need to use labor to clear out an area and make it more usable for humans. We're going to go check out a spot I bulldozed a while ago. That's a cool spot, actually. And there's some pine trees that have grown there, and they're kind of young ones. Maybe, I don't know how old they are. They're 8 years old. And what I need to do is cut off some of the lower branches. They're big enough now where if I cut off the lower branches, it won't matter at all. It won't hurt the tree. And it'll make it so you can walk around them. And that way you could sit in the shade, or you could park your van near it and have shade nearby. God damn it! Don't do that! Fucking dog just ran its face into my machete. You actually got to be careful with machetes. Now, in clearing land, one of the topics I want to talk about is the labor involved, right? Damn it. And that is, there's just a lot of labor involved in keeping things clean, in a way. I mean, when I first moved here, like, there's a log in the middle of the road here. And this is barely a road. Like over here, it grew over and there's trees growing in the middle of it, big ones. So it's fine, but I like things growing over because I want the biomass, and I want that to occur. But like there's oak trees right here growing in the middle of the road. That's okay. I'll just move the road over there. We can have a slender road in many spots. I don't like a lot of road footprint anyway. And so in some cases I'll clear around a road. See, here I've cleared out these branches before. And so I've got the trees growing up there still. And this is the area I was talking about. This is really nice, pleasant area with young pines. And you know, you got to make decisions about how to do this correctly. I've thought about this for if I have people here again. A lot of people say that they want to do labor trade for their time here. And that rarely works out because most people don't have the attention span or physical ability to do a lot of physical work. I don't like to do it. I like to design stuff. I like to do stuff I'm good at. And but I would still be more than happy to have somebody come here and give a hard 4 to 6 hours day of labor, and perhaps other days have other functions as well. I want everybody to have multiple functions. I'm wearing gloves because my hands are weak, and if I use my machete, it will blister my hand up because I'm not doing it all the time, right? And then I have other videos about how to use a machete safely. I didn't bring my sharpening stone. This one's pretty sharp, but they dull pretty quickly, so it's good if a machete team goes out. I mean, the ideal would be to have, 4 to 6 people, all with machetes, somebody with a wheelbarrow, some people pulling brush over and burning it. In a time like now, there's no risk of forest fire. So that would be great. And starting earlier than I am out here today. Right now it's 8:30. This should be started as soon as it is safe enough and light enough to begin work. And that's because you start to heat up right away. The other thing about doing this kind of work is that even though we want to clean the forest up of a lot of things, I like that there's wood rotting everywhere. I'm increasing mushroom habitat. I'm increasing animal habitat. It's good for the whole system. So in cleaning the forest, I don't want to just go burn everything you can burn and make it like a sterile park. That's not the goal. And so people have to be trained to go against some of their own instincts. Even like here, I've cleared this out enough so that a vehicle could get through here. I'm going to cut this branch up here because a taller vehicle would have a problem with that branch. And the longer I let that branch exist, the bigger it's going to be and the harder it is to get rid of. Here's one that's sticking out in the road a ways. So that one's gone now. Same thing up there. I've got a capuline over here that's kind of coming into the road. That will eventually be a problem. Not yet. And how tall a vehicle do I plan for? I don't know. But like this branch here, I'll have a little bit more room on this side if I just get rid of that. Now this one is a little bit further away from the road. It has a lot of lower branches. And maybe I want to create a van spot over there, van camping spot. So maybe I want a visual barrier. Well, it's kind of dumb to think that's going to be a good visual barrier because pine trees don't make very good visual barriers. Not this way. And I would rather grow like a cedar hedge and have it be a really thick visual barrier, or make a wall even, although that seems really silly out here. It would look kind of dumb. But this is a case where, God damn it, where all this shit can come off here. And then now I've got a bunch of branches on the ground, right? So somebody should be gathering these up and making piles of them. I guess I have a pile going over there already. And they could also be used as a form of temporary fencing if I want to guide where people walk, you know? I don't want to cut too fast on a pine tree. Like I need it to have energy, right? Like this one has no branches now, almost. I got rid of everything down here. But I could just kill this tree too. I could just hack it a couple times with a machete and it will be gone. In general, if you don't have to cut something, don't cut it. But we got to cut some stuff because there's just trees everywhere. I mean, eventually you can't pass the road. Like this entire road that goes from here to the south, you can't drive a car on it. And so there's a lot of work there to clear it. Now, there is another option, and that is to use machinery to do it. I have a weed whacker that has a circular saw blade as its blade. And I've got another one that just has a triangular one that cuts shit. Those are cool, but they're noisy. They need to be tuned up. They use gasoline. And I figure that people need to get exercise anyway, right? And they go to gymnasiums and stuff. Well, we have a natural gymnasium here, and I want to get exercise. I have to get away from my computer, even though that's where my most valuable work can be done. And I need to move around. Well, if I'm going to be moving around, you know, I could do with a little bit of upper body workout as well. Why not? And so there's many choices with regard to like whether we use human power or we use gasoline power. And in most cases, I would rather use the human power. There are some notable exceptions to that. One of them being bulldozer work. I mean, you could have 500 people or, 500 man hours to get done the work that a bulldozer can do in 3. Or some other, Jesus, that's too deep. It won't kill it. It doesn't matter. Some of the stuff like I guess I'm not against it. Like, it would be worth it at a certain scale, because there's maintenance involved with machines. Like, I don't use a lot of my machines all the time. And if you own a machine, it should be getting used all the time. This is true of vehicles as well. It does not make sense for everybody to own their own personal vehicle. Doesn't make any sense. It's a dumb idea. Damn it. See, everything around here has shit in the way. So you can't actually fucking use the land for anything. And it's great. It's great for the soil. I'm all happy about it. Yay. But like, I bulldozed this a long time ago as a potential place to camp and park and that kind of thing. So, even though I'm happy to see all the plants here, they're actually terrible. They're in the way. Nice little cedar in here. Yeah, I guess it's a matter of scale. I mean, this is a technology decision. It's a matter of attitude, which I'm definitely against the machines in that regard. My general attitude is fairly Luddite in that regard. But if the machines were actually going to get used a bunch, and you had a dedicated team and they're going to be used daily, then even during part of the year, because I can imagine, because a lot of the year I don't want the fucking noise. That's one of the costs. That's, for me, really an intense cost. God damn it. See, I'm trying to carry my camera around on a tripod here. I can't even do that easily because I've got too many fucking plants in the middle of the road. So it hits the bottom of the tripod. We've got branches that are in the way of the road, because before, when we've cut stuff, we haven't cleaned it all up. I don't know, that's a tough decision. If you had enough land, and I have a ton, then I guess it does make sense to use the machines. Also, I need a small bulldozer, which would flatten areas that weren't flat. We could do it delicately, because big bulldozers just rip up the land, and they have their use, you know. I'll check out the house over here, see if maybe I can take a shower today. I haven't taken one in so long. God, it's encouraging to see all these baby trees though. But yeah. And then like with a small bulldozer, I could take the edges of roads and make lots of turnouts and things, and even spots where you can pull out and park a vehicle, make car camping spots, and slowly develop the land. That's better than an expensive large bulldozer. I think it'd be worth it more, in my case, to not own a bulldozer. I think this is the metric I'd like to come up with, is that if you own a machine, it should be in use a lot. Otherwise, that's a problem. Seems like a wasted resource. Like, how many cars are actually on the road versus parked at any given time? If your car is usually parked, you shouldn't own your car. Your society should be designed in a way where you have cars that are in use all the time and maintained really well. And so look at this. This whole roof up here is collapsing. It was built incorrectly so that it leaked, and it rotted the beams underneath it. It wasn't quite angled enough, and so water. Also, somebody was trying to be cheap when they built it, people I paid, and so they didn't have enough overlap on this polycarbonate shit in it, and so water was able to splash back and do it too much, so that the roof is going to fucking fall down. This pisses me off to an endless degree, and this is an example of how I have fucked up in my project. You cannot have people who are poor deciding to build things more poorly because it's cheaper and you'll save money, because in the long run, it will make a shitty-ass product that will fall the fuck apart. So you have to spend too much to build something that is too strong, too hard, too good. Oh my God. What the fuck is going on down here? Oh, look at these pretty lilies coming up. Those are nice. This is a green roof here. Needs to be cleaned up. Look at this. This vine from this green roof has discovered it can grow in the leaves down here, so it's spreading. It's at no risk of being invasive here. It's in a very particular location, but it's actually growing up on this aloe. I'm going to try and use it as a structure. So I would wonder if this is too successful of a plant, but this is the only place it grows. And I have put a couple other places and it just dies. So it's a fun experiment though. This is actually on a sauna. Here, we'll go take a quick look at this crappy sauna. It's really pretty cool. It's a cool building. Look at how this earth roof has grown so much stuff on it that it drapes down. And it's like a little living doorway here you have to go through. Getting dripped on. And it's like a curtain around it. It's kind of cool. I mean, that's something to think about for future design of places. This particular sauna is wood fired. It's got a firebox down here, and it does work, but it's been redesigned multiple times. It was built off of a book by Rob Roy called The Sauna, and it uses cordwood, these rounds of wood, which over there caught on fire. So this building caught on fire a couple times. It would just start smoldering and getting too hot, stuff like that. It also is built into slope with a rock foundation, and so it takes too long to heat up, far too long. And right now there's a lot of animals that live in it. Looks like one died right there. Anyway, instead of this, I should have a solar sauna. I do have a cold water shower here, which is really great, because the purpose of a sauna isn't just to enjoy it, although it certainly is enjoyable. It is to save water. Between this and the composting toilets, you can save over half the water that people use easily. Maybe 70%. I don't know. Depends on how you use water. But this entire building should not be used the way it is anymore. It should be converted from a sauna into something else, and I want to build one that is heated by an evacuated tube solar hot water heater. Damn it. Motherfucker. Fucking vines grab everything. It's fine. It's really pretty. Actually, it has pretty, I think it's jasmine or something. It has really nice white flowers that smell good. But I don't know if it's jasmine or not. This used to be a fire pit over here. A truck drove through it because I need to build a road over there so people can get places. Yeah, we're going to check out this house in here. I don't want to show you this house. It's a secret house. Got a composting toilet over here that works great. It's my best one. All right. Wow. That tree over there should get cut down because it's going to fall down and squish this roof. Although this roof is getting squished on its own. Very cool. There's a, up here there's in the tree, right there, is a bromeliad that has fallen from higher up on this tree. So actually what I should do is get that and put it somewhere where it's going to be happy, because it fell and it got caught on an oak branch and it's not going to be happy there. How do I get that? To throw something at it. All right, that's not what I'm doing right now. Gotta check on this house. I also gotta check to see if there's water here so I can take a shower. Fuck everything. Everything is fucked up mess. One of my many tasks here is to, this would help immensely, set up a set of rules to live by. Because like here, this tree has grown over this roof, and now to cut it down, it would certainly hit the roof, which is going to have to be replaced anyway. But you'd have to get ropes and pull it and try and have it not hit the roof as much somehow. But around every single building, and I've learned this over and over, you must cut down every single tree that will ever be a problem for that building. And don't assume people will be on it, right? Don't assume that they're going to make sure that they'll cut that tree before it becomes a problem, because they might get busy like I've been for 20 years, and stuff will just grow, you know? That's a big problem. And there's a bunch of other design rules like that, like how not to do things. Everywhere should it be accessible by vehicle or cart. So that's one of the reasons I have to build roads where there weren't roads before. Like the way that I built the buildings here, and then I planted a garden in the middle between these two places, is such that you can't get a vehicle through. And so on the other side of this, I want to build a road. And actually, there's a whole road plan that needs to happen to get through that whole side of the property. And there's a fence over there that I put in the way. I used to raise rabbits over there. And, oh, look, there's baby capulines growing here. That's cool. See, those should be dug up and planted places. It's just infinite fucking work here. That's why I don't even like to look at it sometimes. Beautiful place. Lovely place. But I just walk around and all I see are shit that's wrong, you know, or things where just a little bit of labor would make it better, you know. And I used to hire a lot of labor. I had more money then. But then I hosted a lot of people for free or for way too cheap. And, you know, I listened to rich-ass travelers tell me how much they have to travel for free and that they're so valuable and great. And it's like, not really. Most of them don't have any attention span. And most of them don't like to do things the way you might tell them how to do it. Some of them want to own a farm without buying it. They want to own a person without investing in them. And nobody can own me. I'm unownable. So I reject all that shit now. One problem is that people who want to volunteer think that their labor has the value of the country they come from. You know, they think their labor is worth $150,000 a year. You know, and they, of course, a lot of them never worked because they're trustafarians. And so they think that anything they do just by showing up, that they're valuable. And it's like the truth is they're almost all cost. And they have no clue of that. They've never had to support themselves. And they understand that I can get labor way cheaper. And I can get it from people who know what they're doing. And will actually do what I need done. Be great to do a controlled fire all through here. Look at all these pine needles. And a controlled fire would not kill all these trees. Plus there's too many young pines in here that should be used as building supplies. They need to be thinned out and choose which ones we'll let grow big, like that one over there. You know, we'll pick these ones as, like that one there could be really big. That one there could be really big. Another big one over there. And you know, so we still grow huge groves of pines, but they grow where we want them, not just wherever the hell a pine tree felt like growing. This can be made easily into a van pullout. And I bulldozed up there a whole spot that the trail grew over to there, so it's hard to get to there right now. But and I've got all these plants I could dig up and give away to people, which this is the right time of year to do that. So that's something that's on the list as well. I got to figure out how to work with people. And what I want to do is recruit people who have their own resources, because everybody wants stuff for free, and that's exactly what doesn't work. In fact, I should never again talk to any motherfucker who wants to come here for free. Like, no, the conversation is motherfucking over. You know? People pay to go to workshops, and they, you know, everybody's out there self-promoting as being some really great, wonderful person and teacher and all this shit, and they've always, you know, it's just, they're lying pieces of shit. I see people selling communities they don't own. I see people selling knowledge that they don't have. You know, they don't have experience, and they just give you a bunch of happy bullshit words. I ain't doing that. No way. This is actually kind of rewarding. Opens the forest up a little bit. But all this shit on the ground here has got to get burned. Because, or collected, whatever. You know, if I even had people out here collecting firewood to make fire pits at night and then party, that would actually be somewhat valuable. And then, of course, there's the idea of ruminants for clearing land, which is a really good idea. Ruminants. Goats and stuff like that. Although goats are most people's first choice, they're not my first choice. Goats are kind of a pain in the ass. And I'd like to do a burrow sanctuary. I think that'd be cool. Fuck. Fuck. Maybe I'll work in the garden area for a little bit. I got pots underneath a roof over here, which is really dumb since it's now the rainy season. And these are thirsty plants. Fuck. Some of them are already dead. Fuck it. See, I just can't do all this. I checked the cistern at the house with a shower, the only place with hot water in the entire property. And the cistern is empty. So I need to move my generator down there to fill up the pump, or to use the pump to fill up the cistern, the Tunaco and tank, and then I can take a shower. That also seems like more work than I feel like doing at the moment, and I'd probably drive it down there. I guess I could wheelbarrow it. And I want to build a solar sauna because I would be far more likely to take a sauna than a shower. I hate showers. I'm like a little boy who doesn't want to take a shower. I just don't want to. And nobody can make me. I take a shower like twice a year now. And it seems to be fine. I mean, except that I don't think it's great. I notice sometimes on my eyebrows, like, there's a little bit of skin that was growing there that should fall off. And it's just, you know, even taking a shower once a month would be way better. Fuck. So how long did I actually do that for? Let's find out exactly what kind of a wuss I am. The thing is, I feel like I'm getting shit done, and the overwhelming hugeness of this space. 9:18, 45 minutes, not very long. And most of that wasn't actually working. Most of it was talking to you. It wouldn't feel the same for somebody who was staying in a particular spot here, and their only job was to fix things up in that spot, which I think would also be more fulfilling, like to be fixing up a spot that you were staying at. Gamoy. Here's where I feed the dogs here. They're not very hungry at the moment, but I want that black dog to get some food. Because these guys will overeat if I just leave that open. And it's not that they're too fat right now. One of them's a little chunky, but what I don't want is to have the expense of them eating too much food. People will do exactly the same thing. People eat 5 times more food than they need to, you know. And big surprise that, you know, diabetes is a big problem. I mean, it's epidemic level. And many of the industrial societies actually want you to have diabetes. That's their goal, because it's one of the most profitable businesses for them. You know, they can sell you insulin forever, and you'll have other medical problems where you'll need help. You'll just always be sick. And it's because you let yourself poison yourself. It's a terrible, terrible way to be. All right, what am I going to do? I shouldn't even make rambling videos like this. I mean, I have so many things I need to communicate, and I am writing them down. I guess one of the purposes of these videos is to kind of give somebody an idea of who the hell I am and what I think about, what's important to me. And then if I partner with them in some way, I could, you know, partner with the right people rather than the wrong ones. All right. And being here alone really doesn't help because I have no structure. I have no reason to have structure. And when I have had people here, then, you know, I have to figure out what they should be doing. And actually, in this case, I have batteries in my GPS now again. So I need to clear the data on that. I'll do that right now. And I actually need to walk every piece of land. The thing is, I can do this. I've already done this because I know it so well. I that I understand what should happen in each area, but I think I have to actually make a spreadsheet, and I've done this before, but I need to do it again. See, this is another area that's bad. You see this big lake right here? This is over a cistern. That means it's rusting the rebar within it. And this thing will eventually collapse. And so what has to happen here is that a new roof has to be put over it. And I would recommend polycarbonate. So there'd be a metal structure of poles. And it would hold up a big, wide polycarbonate roof that would provide shade from the sun, especially when it's in the south there. And that would keep this dry. We could do rain capture off of that, which could feed into this cistern as well. Although this cistern fills up, and really what's more important here is overflow. For now, of course, this should get swept off every day. Is it going to get swept off every day? Hell no. I'd have to do it. Reset. Reset. Select all. Apply. The data you have selected will be permanently deleted. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm doing it. Thank you, though. All right, we're at over 2,000 meters elevation. Yeah, I guess that's what I need to do, is just make to-do lists that are really stellar. Because people think everything's just magically free in the forest, and it's like quite the opposite. Living off grid like this is extremely expensive in energy and labor and all that. So